What is going on, my fellow skin bosses? Welcome to another video. I'm very excited because today is my actual birthday. You're seeing this a couple days later than my actual birthday, but I'm filming on my birthday, so happy birthday to me. But today I wanted to review a good friend of mine from the acne community. We've been friends for quite a few years now. Her name's Cassandra Banks, and you might know about her. If you don't know about her already, you absolutely should go follow her. She is one of the most knowledgeable people in the acne community. Like, literally, I'll watch one of her videos and just be like, oh my gosh, this is like a full, professor university course. She knows so much, so definitely follow her. But she was on the same show that I was on, which is The Doctors, and they did a little piece on her and basically went through her story and did an interview and stuff. I haven't actually seen the video yet, so I'm excited to react to it with you guys and just see this video. So without further ado, let us begin.
She's a YouTube makeup sensation, racked up over 28 million views on a video she posted revealing how she covers up her severe acne. But now Cassandra Banks has a very different story to share.
I am the most self-conscious person about my acne. Taking my makeup off is one of the most insecure things that I could probably do. Here I am with no makeup. I feel really disgusting. This is my face. It's still all over my chest, it's all over my back, it goes down my neck.
But for me, I almost feel like acne is more emotionally painful. If they never pointed out my acne, would I have hated myself as much as I did? If nobody said anything, it does make me wonder if I would feel the way I do about it now. And I feel like acne is what made people hate me all my life. It was really hard growing up for me, hating myself. And you know, when you're told that you're stupid and you're ugly and you should kill yourself every day, there are times where you start to believe it. I look back at that now, I'm like, wow, look at how much acne has changed me. Without it, I wouldn't be able to understand what other people are going through.
Okay, so The Doctors always starts with that little summary 1-minute piece, and one of the reasons that me and Cassandra have gotten along so well, she's been supporting me since before I even had this channel. So I used to do acne videos on my other channel, and she's always been super supportive over there. And a lot of the things that she says are the same things that I say, and so that's why I think we have such a commonality, and I really like her so much, is because I'm like, yes, she gets it. When she says people are the reason that she feels bad because of her acne, and it's because society makes you think of acne as a negative thing. I totally vibe with that. If we lived somehow in a different society where everyone had acne, or just people weren't able to give their opinions, then it wouldn't be as big of a deal. But you hear it every single day, and it starts to get into your head and your subconscious thoughts, and that starts to really dig itself in. But I really like what she said, where she said, because I've had acne, it helps me to understand other people, and it helps me to be kinder and just get empathetic feeling of what people are going through, even if it's not acne. And I've always said that too. So already I'm really loving this video. She's great.
Please welcome Cassandra Banks to the show. And Cassandra, that video from a few years ago, I'm curious, because I applaud you for it. What inspired you to go ahead and open up to the world on YouTube and really show the world this severe acne that you were covering up?
In the original video that I posted revealing my acne, the reason that I did it is because I was feeling like a hypocrite in my own skin. I was a runway model because I had perfected my makeup to the point that people couldn't tell. But on the inside, I was suicidal, I was depressed, I was hurt, and I felt like those two people didn't belong in the same body. So I kind of cleared my conscience by taking it off and just trying to reach out to someone and say, if you've ever hated the way you looked, this is how I get by every day.
And did you go through the usual regimen of treatments? Did you go on Accutane?
I did not, because I'm not a medical candidate. I didn't want to do birth control, and I was born with one kidney. So they were a little bit afraid about that.
So Cassandra, I think it's, first of all, incredibly brave that you did that video. Acne is the most common skin disease. Literally 50 million people in the United States suffer from acne, and the vast majority, over 90%, do have symptoms of depression, because when something affects your appearance, it affects every aspect of how you present yourself in your life and how you feel. I'm so curious though, because I know you did a follow-up video then to that one, so tell us about that.
I actually did a video where I cut out dairy for 2 weeks to see if it was making a difference in my skin. And for me, my skin started to clear up in as little as 2 weeks. And then I started to wonder, are there antibiotics in the meat that I'm eating? Am I personally sensitive to this stuff? And then when it comes to my mental health, when you've got acne on your face, when you've got a psychological disorder, and you are so concerned about how other people are perceiving you, you're gonna have a pretty high stress level, chronic stress all the time.
Isn't it crazy, the cycle that creates?
So this is cool. This is really cool because first off, I love that she's opening up, talking about the fact that she's had depression, these really, really dark thoughts. That's really hard to talk about. I know, like, maybe you've seen people talk about it so much that you're like, yeah, people do it or whatever, but it actually is really hard because think about it, you know, your personal family, personal friends, people you know on a local level are gonna see these videos and they're gonna be like, oh, I didn't even know. Like, we just went bowling the other week and like, I didn't think that you were having these issues. And then you have to talk about it with these people. So that's like one part of being vulnerable online that people don't, you know, think about. But then obviously all the other stuff. So then like, you know, potentially thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions, in her case, 28 million people saw her explain that she's going through these deep struggles. And like she said, she had this whole other like kind of, I don't know, not alter ego, but like she had this other side of her, which was like being a model. And like, you know, with modeling, it's all confidence and it's all like, I'm, you know, perfect and all this kind of stuff. And so all of those people who know her from that are like, whoa, I didn't know. I've never seen her without makeup. Look at all her acne. And look, like she's not confident about it. She like, you know, is very depressed about it and stuff. Like, so you have to like weigh all that in. And then you're like, you know what though? Doing this is going to help other people. And so that's, again, like, yeah, I know I keep singing her praises, but I just love her. And that's why it's so cool because same thing as me. I was like, you know what? This is going to be a whole section of my life that people are going to talk about. People are going to get to know more. And I'm being vulnerable. But the fact that I'm able to help people through this makes it all worth it. No matter what I have to deal with because of this, it's going to be able to help 1, 2, 100, 1,000 people more. And that's what really, really matters. And that's really cool. Also, she talks about dairy. And that's cool too because I'm like, dude, that's one of my main reasons. And it's also one of the main reasons that I started looking deeper into it. I actually just released on a pre-order basis my new acne program called the Acne Method, where literally I took everything that I've learned from the last 10 years, but then I like dug deep into the science and stuff and figured out like all the different factors that can cause people acne because everyone has a different like personal makeup of what causes them acne. So I wanted to really flesh out all the things that you can personally try to find out your own personal triggers for acne and be able to really take control of your own skin. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, by the way, I'll put the link in the description below. It's theacnemethod.com. It officially releases on November 1st, but I'm just doing a pre-release that's a bit of a discount just for anybody who wants to get it now. But yeah, it just makes me so excited and so stoked because she has such a similar story to me with the dairy thing and stuff. And yeah, just love her. Also, friggin' hilarious seeing somebody in like full clothes and stuff, like formal clothes, because I never dress up formally either. So it's funny to see her in a dress and stuff. She looks good.
Acne, stress more. I mean,
Yeah, the stress
wow,
releases
tough.
cortisol, and that directly acts on your oil glands, makes you break out more. And you know, the hormonal pattern is especially in women, adult hormonal acne, really right here along the jawline and the chin.
Yeah.
And since you didn't want to go on birth control pills, which sometimes help that, there are other meds for that, which again, medically you may not have been a candidate for. Off-label use of spironolactone being one of them, but with the one kidney probably would have been challenging.
For a similar reason, yeah.
I mean, you're another shining example how every individual is different, and what works for you is what works for you.
So my end goal, thank you. My end goal is to do dermatology or something along those lines. I know the struggle is so real, and sometimes as a patient, I felt pushed under the bus, or a doctor would tell me to try to comfort me, oh, don't worry, hon, everybody's got acne. But when you don't see it, and when you internalize that to a certain point, you really don't feel like anyone else gets it. And there were certain times where I think that my psychological health could have been taken care of a bit better.
Well, I think the best doctors are empathetic ones, so
I completely agree.
Kudos to you.
I like that all the doctors are talking at the same time. What? What did you say? What? But I love that she says that she wants to become a dermatologist because she wants to offer that other side of dermatology that is never offered. This is one of my biggest gripes with when I went through dermatology. My doctor felt like he was just treating me as a problem that needed to be solved, not as a person who had an issue that was deeper than just the issue. He could literally stare at and be like, you have this type of acne, let's solve it. You know what I mean? I know it sounds kind of like crazy. But I feel like a doctor, while they aren't psychologists or therapists, and it's not like they're there to like diagnose your mental issues, I feel like they should be empathetic in a way. Like, I always pictured a dermatologist being somebody who had at some point suffered through some sort of skin issue, whether it be acne or it be something else, but that was probably like the reason that triggered their passion and their interest into this, right? At one point, I also want to be a dermatologist, but I ended up not, going that route. But basically for the same reason as her, like, I felt like I could say, you know what? I know what you're going through, and here's what we can do to try and start, alleviating the symptoms. But also, like, I get that right now it's really hard. And when you take this new whatever topical treatment or antibiotic, whatever, it might actually give you an initial breakout, and that might actually make it worse for you. So prepare for that, because it's going to be really hard emotionally to have your acne get even worse than this point where you already feel really dark and you're depressed because of your acne. So like, those are the kind of things that I feel like every dermatologist should say and should offer, but I just don't feel like every dermatologist does. I feel like it's a pretty cold process. You don't feel like your dermatologist really understands you most of the time. Mine personally, I didn't feel like he understood me. So yeah, I felt like that was really cool.
If you decide to go that route, I think you'll have such tremendous empathy and understanding for your patients, and that'll really help you so much in your clinical skills and your approach.
That's my current goal.
Congrats to you.
Well done.
Keep up the great work, Cassandra.
Sweet. So really good. I pictured this video being just like this. So I was really glad that they were able to highlight her really positive points and really, in a really short video, give her all the credit that she deserves. So I thought that was really, really cool. It was fun to watch. Again, if you guys aren't following Cassandra, you should absolutely go follow her. I'll put her channel link in the description below. Definitely loads of information. So yeah, definitely someone great to follow. And yeah. I'm just excited that there's other people who are in the acne community who have such positive messages, and we all kind of have this same vibe. We're all kind of on the same wavelength, and we deliver it in different ways, but we all have similar messages that I think everybody needs to hear. So without further ado, that was an awesome video. Let me know what you guys thought about the video in the comments below. Give this video a big old thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and thank you guys for coming and check this out. Remember, you are not alone, you are beautiful, and you're part of Team Acne. I'll see you skin bosses in the next video.
It's my birthday. It's my birthday. So call me for life. Make it work. Make it work.